Hi, welcome to the Maravi Heritage, and today is another beautiful day, and you're with me, Allan, and in the studio I'm joined with my friend and colleague, Mr. Mark. So, Mark, how are you?
Thank you, Allan.
Yeah.
And good.
We're talking about democracy and the way democracy has been used or practiced in Africa. So, can we say, do we have democracy in Africa?
Yeah, Allan, what do you call? Many of the African countries have signed up to the United Nations Charter on Human Rights, and in it gives the citizen the right of association, the rights of belonging to any religious bodies that they want, their identity, and so many things. And minorities need to be protected. Okay. So you would say that those who have signed up to the conditions of the rule of law are practicing or supposed to practice the rule of law, but to the spirit and the letter. But then in Africa, because it says that majority carries the vote, they will do whatever it takes to get the majority, and sometimes through a bit of, dubious ways, through the rigging the ballots. And why is that anytime there's coming to be an election in Africa, there's so much tension?
You're right.
There's so much lack of trust because the sitting government will do everything to get the votes by crook or crook means or.
But why is it like that? Why is it like that? Because most of the countries we've seen that, as you already mentioned there about the charter. A lot of countries, they are signatories to the United Nations Charter on Human Rights. But they are not doing what they're supposed to do. So why are things going like that in these countries?
The fact that they've signed up to the charter, they also got their sovereignty, which sometimes they're not allowed to interfere with their sovereignties. But because they've signed to that charter, they allow international, the name is not come, to come and supervise, to come and give feedback, international observers to come and see whether the elections was free and fair.
But we have the United Nations, which is there as a body, which is supposed to...
They nominate envoys to come and look at it, and other international bodies and observers. But sometimes they only have the capacity to observe the mainland votes
without going into
to the far or to the rural areas where sometimes you need to cross to a river to go to the village via a boat, and there's only one boat, and with all this equipment, and where are they going to sleep and things like that. So sometimes logistically their hands are tied. So I don't think, though they report about the observation, they say free and fair, some people will say, okay, I'm here. If I go and say that the government rigged, I don't know what is going to happen. I might be caught up in crossfire if anarchy or something happened. So whilst they are there, they will be pushed, but they will say it's free and fair, or they will say it was generally free and fair, but there were a bit of anomalies that need to be worked on. Then when they get out of the country and go to wherever they are, I think if you interview them, they will say it's something different. You see, but they need to give credible feedback. But then, how do you weigh the balance if you have not been able to cover the whole country as it is? So there's still a lot of shortcuts, a lot of secrecy, and tensions, and ballot boxes being hijacked, and
a lot to be done.
So there's a lot of rough play or rough tactics over there. But then once the person is declared the winner, majority through the vote, he also says that I'm the winner. So that's sometimes you go through court to be challenged and all that. But whether it's genuinely free without any form of bad moves here and there, that's another question.
Was there one question which I have, Mark, and I fail to understand this is most of these parties in Africa, they are calling themselves democratic this, democratic but they're not practicing what they're supposed to, because if the democratic principles and some parties they're the ones which are facilitating or encouraging their own supporters to commit acts of violence in certain places, and you tend to wonder that is that the democracy that we are talking about.
I think like you were saying, there's a lot of work to be done. In Africa, if you disagree with me on any issues, then straight away you are an enemy. Not only political lines. It happens in church. It happens in friendship. The way they look at loyalty is that even if I'm lying to the thief and I'm committing evil, because you're my friend, you need to still stick by me. So we don't encourage whistleblowers. And sometimes when the person even has blown the whistle, their life can be in danger. These are people that need to be celebrated. Okay, so you see that in Africa, the ruling party will do all it takes to stop people from protesting freely, but constitutionally it's within their rights to protest. Why should we send armed men to go and disperse them when they are not, destroying public property? In actual fact, the protesters need to be protected by the security forces, so that they will be safe. Or in case another counter protest is coming, you can stop them or make sure there is peace, because there are procedures that they use. Because if we are protesting here and another counter protest is on the same street, there's bound to be clashes.
So and it's just a matter of organization, because all the people who go out and protest, they might have got certain authorization to do that. So if those those in charge, they know that they're going to be two political groups.
Even mostly constitutionally, they don't need an authorization even to protest.
But
some, you can just protest, but you need to let the police be aware, so that they know in terms of dispatching policing. You do have sufficient men there. Sometimes there might be a big occasion happening, like independence celebration, and they need more security force. And you're also having
this type of security we're talking about security for the people.
Yes, not for those who are
not to be against those demonstrations.
No,
because that's what we see.
And that is what because they feel the people might make them lose points, and it's all about clinging to power. You see, so there's a lot of people who will say this government is popular, but the popularity is actually not it's not a true picture, because they will only show or portray what they are doing. They won't portray any other thing that the minority. Sometimes they hijack the national media, to suit only themselves. It only talks about them, and so there's no balanced reporting for people to see what is going on. Okay, so though they say they're practicing democracy, to the true letter of the word, there's a lot of restriction and hiccups that need to be overcome. But then selfishness and greediness, wanting to stay in power by all means, is what is difficult in Africa, especially because some will put look at Shanghai, how he was beaten. No, you shouldn't. That shouldn't happen.
And beaten by the police.
Yes, that shouldn't happen. You see, a well-known alternative government. Because if they are warned, they could have come in government. You see, but later he died as well when they have come together. But then it shouldn't happen that an opposition leader should be